Hi, today from Black Forest. Today is my birthday, and I want to give to you today a special gift. As you may know, I read a lot, but I hardly read any novels. I haven't been reading a novel for certainly 20 years now. I read only business books, only non-fiction books, only books that bring real value into my life, that somehow develop me. I don't read for entertainment, and I thought I would never read another novel in my life. But I was advised by one of the billionaires, by Chip Wilson, to read one of the novels, and it is Atlas Shrugged by Ayn Rand. This is also probably the thickest book that I have ever read, over 1,000 pages, and this is probably the only novel that I would recommend to anybody. Uh, Really great book, fantastic book. This gives you somehow the basis, the foundation of the understanding of money, of capitalism, of how society and how productivity, how wealth creation works, and the ethics of that. And this is the most important part, the ethics of capitalism. Why is it good to be an entrepreneur? Why is it good to be a producer? Why is it good to be in business, uh, to play this game of business? And today I want to read to you some passages from the book about money, about the ethics of money. And I think this is, for some of you, this may be the most valuable gift that you may have gotten in your life. If you get this, if you understand this, this could accelerate actually your life, your development, and give you the foundation that you are on the right track, and give you also the power, the justification for what you do in your life, in your business. Okay, let's start. So you think that money is not the root of all evil? So you think that money is the root of all so you think that money is the root of all evil? Have you ever asked what is the root of money? Money is a tool of exchange, which can't exist unless there are goods produced and men able to produce them. Money is the material shape of the principle that men who wish to deal with one another must deal by trade and give value for value. Money is not the tool of the moochers who claim your product by tears, or of the looters who take it from you by force. Money is possible only by the men who produce. Is this what you consider evil? When you accept money in payment for your effort, you do so only on the you will exchange it for the product of the effort of others. It is not the moochers or the looters who give value to money, not an ocean of tears, nor all the guns of the world can transform those pieces of paper in your wallet into the bread you will need to survive tomorrow. Those pieces of paper, which should have been gold, are a token of honor, your claim upon the energy of the men who produce. Your wallet is your statement of hope that someone, somewhere in the world, around you, there are men who will not default on that moral principle which is the root of money. Is this what you consider evil? Have you ever looked for the root of production? Take a look at an electric generator and dare tell yourself that it was created by the muscular effort of unthinking brutes. Try to grow a seed of wheat without the knowledge left to you by men who had to discover it for the first time. Try to obtain your food by means of nothing but physical motions, and you will learn that man's mind is the root of all the goods produced and of all the wealth that has ever existed on earth. But you say that money is made by the strong at the expense of the weak? What strength do you mean? Is it not the strength of guns and muscles? Wealth is the product of man's capacity to think. Then is money made by the man who invents a motor at the expense of those who did not invent it? Is money made by the intelligent at the expense of the fools? By the able at the expense of the incompetent? By the ambitious at the expense of the lazy? Money is made before it can be looted and mooched, made by the effort of every honest man, each to the extent of his ability. An honest man is one who knows that he can't consume more than he has produced. To trade by means of money is the code of the man of goodwill. Money rests on the axiom that every man is the owner of his mind and his effort. Money allows no power to prescribe the value of your effort except the voluntary choice of the man who is willing to trade you his effort in return. Money permits you to obtain for your goods and your labor that which they are worth to the men who buy them. But no more. Money permits no deals except those to mutual benefit by the unforced judgment of the traders. Money demands of you the recognition that men must work for their own benefit, not for their own injury, for their gain, not their loss. The recognition that they are not the beasts of burden, born to carry the weights of your misery, that you must offer them values, not wounds, that the common bond among men is not the exchange of suffering, but the exchange of goods. Money demands that you sell not your weakness to man's stupidity, but your talent to their reason. It demands that you buy not the shoddiest they offer, but the best that your money can find. And when men live by trade, with reason, not force, as the final arbiter, it is the best product that wins, the best performance, the man of best judgment and highest ability, and the degree of man's productiveness is the degree of his reward. This is the code of existence, whose tool and symbol is money. Is this what you consider evil? But money is only a tool. It will take you wherever you wish, but it will not replace you as the driver. It will give you the means for the satisfaction of your desires, but it will not provide you with desires. Money is the scourge of the man who attempt to reverse the law of causality, the man who seek to replace the mind by seizing the products of the mind. Money will not purchase happiness for the man who has no concept of what he wants. Money will not give him a code of values if he has evaded the knowledge of what to value, and it will not provide him with a purpose if he has evaded the choice of what to seek. Money will not buy intelligence for the fool, or admiration for the coward, or respect for the incompetent. The man who attempts to purchase the brains of his superiors to serve him with his money, replacing his judgment, ends up by becoming the victim of his inferiors. The men of intelligence desert him, but the cheats and the frauds come flocking to him, drawn by a law which he has not discovered, that no man may be smaller than his money. In this the reason why is this the reason why you call it evil? Only the man who does not need it is fit to inherit wealth. The man who would make his own fortune no matter where he started. If an year is equal to his money, it serves him. If not, it destroys him. But you look on and you cry that money corrupted him. Did it? Or did he corrupt his money? Do not envy a worthless year. His wealth is not yours, and you would have done no better with it. Do not think that it should have been distributed among you, loading the world with 50 parasites instead of one. Would not bring back the dead virtue which was the fortune. Money is a living power that dies without its root. Money will not serve the mind that cannot match it. Is this the reason why you call it evil? Money is your means of survival. The verdict you pronounce upon the source of your livelihood is the verdict you pronounce upon your life. If the source is corrupt, you have damned your own existence. Did you get your money by fraud, by pandering to man's vices or man's stupidity, by catering to fools in the hope of getting more than your ability deserves, by lowering your standards, by doing work you despise for purchasers you scorn? If so, then your money will not give you a moment's of penny's worth of joy. Then all the things you buy will become not a tribute to you, but a reproach, not an achievement, but a reminder of shame. Then you will scream that money is evil. Evil because it would not pinch hit for your self respect. Evil because it would not let you enjoy your depravity. Is this the root of your hatred of money? Is this the root of your hatred to money? Is this the root of your hatred of money? Money will always remain an effect and refuse to replace you as the cause. Money is the product of virtue, but it will not give you virtue and it will not redeem your vices. Money will not give you the unearned, neither in matter nor in spirit. Is this the root of your hatred of money? Or did you say it's the love of money that's the root of all evil? To love a thing is to know and love its nature. To love money is to know and love the fact that money is the creation of the best power within you, that your pesky to trade your effort for the effort of the best among men. It's the person who would sell his soul for a nickel who is loudest in proclaiming his hatred of money, and he has good reason to hate it. The lovers of money are willing to work for it. They know they are able to deserve it. Let me give you a tip on a clue to men's characters. Characters. Let me give you a tip of a clue to men's characters. The man who damns money has obtained it dishonorably. The man who respects it has earned it. Run from your life from any man who tells you that money is evil. That sentence is the leper's bell of an approaching looter. And here, whenever destroyers appear among men, they start by destroying money, for money is man's protection and the base of a moral existence. Destroyers seize gold and leave to its owners a counterfeit pile of paper. This kills all objective standards and delivers man into the arbitrary power of an arbitrary setter of values. Gold was an objective value, an equivalent of wealth produced. Paper is a mortgage on wealth that does not exist, backed by a gun aimed at those who are expected to produce it. Paper is a check drawn by legal looters upon an account which is not theirs, upon the virtue of the victims. Watch for the day when it bounces, marked account overdrawn. When you have made evil the means of survival, do not expect men to remain good. Do not expect them to stay moral and lose their lives for the purpose of becoming the fodder of the immoral. Do you expect them to produce when production is punished and looting rewarded? Do not ask who is destroying the world. You are. You stand in the midst of the greatest achievements of the greatest productive civilization and you wonder why it's crumbling around you while you are damning its life blood money. You look upon money as the savages did before you, and you wonder why the jungle is creeping back to the edge of your cities. Throughout man's history, money was always seized by looters of one brand or another, whose names changed but those methods remained the same: to seize wealth by force and to keep the producers bound, demeaned, defamed, deprived of honor. That phrase about the evil of money, which you which you mouth with such righteous recklessness, comes from a time when wealth was produced by the labor of slaves. Slaves who repeated the motions once discovered by somebody's mind and left unimported, unimproved. That phrase about the evil of money, which you mouth with such righteous recklessness, comes from a time when wealth was produced by the labor of slaves. Slaves who repeated the motions once discovered by somebody's mind and left unimproved for centuries. So long as production was ruled by force and wealth was obtained by conquest, there was little to conquer. Yet, through all the centuries of stagnation and starvation, men exalted the looters as aristocrats of this world, of this world, as aristocrats of birth, as aristocrats of the bureau, and despised the producers as slaves, as traders, as shopkeepers, as industrialists. To the glory of mankind, there was, for the first and only time in history, a country of money. And I have no higher, more reverent tribute to pay to America for this means: a country of reason, justice, freedom, production, achievement. For the first time, men's mind and money were set free, and there were no fortunes by conquest. And there were no fortunes by conquest, but only fortunes by work. And instead of swordsmen and slaves, there appeared the real maker of wealth, the greatest worker, the highest type of human being, a self made man, the American industrialist. If you ask me to name the proudest distinction of Americans, I would choose, because it contains all the others, the fact that they were the people who created the phrase to make money. No other language or nation had ever used these words before. Men had always thought of wealth as a static quantity, to be seized, bagged, inherited, shared, looted, or obtained as a favor. Americans were the first to understand that wealth has to be created. The world, the words to make money hold the essence of human morality. Yet these were the words for which Americans were denounced by the rotted cultures of the looters continents. Now the looters' credo has brought you to regard your proudest achievements as a hallmark of shame, your prosperity as guilt, your greatest man, the industrialist, as blackguards, and your magnificent factories as the product and property of muscular labor, the labor of whip driven slaves like the pyramids of Egypt. The rotter who simpers that he sees no difference between the power of the dollar and the power of the whip ought to learn the difference on his own hide. as I think you will. Until and unless you discover that money is the root of Until and unless you discover that money is the root of all good, you ask for your own destruction. When money ceases to be the tool by which men deal with one another, then men become the tool of man. Blood, whips, and guns, or dollars. Take your choice. There is no other, and your time is running out. So, I hope you like this text. I am curious of your thoughts on that text. Some of you may be shocked. Some of you maybe some of you may be shocked. Some of you may be confused. Some of you may be exalted or joyful or excited about the text. I am curious about your feedback. That's it for today. I wish you a fantastic day today. Let's do something extraordinary today.